Chris Costa is live at the scene to explain the connection to the shooter. Chris.
Ron, FBI agents are collecting evidence from this West Odessa, Texas home right now that they believe has a connection to this shooting. That gold Toyota car that police were investigating, it's registered to this address. And the name on that registration, it's the same as the man that police have identified as the alleged shooter. We've seen a lot of damages to businesses here in the downtown core, including this one behind me, the Verizon store at the 900 block of Main Street. You can see this glass all over the ground, and as our photographer Chris walks over it, you might even hear it crunch on the ground a little bit. The manager of this store just went inside to kind of survey some of the damage. He said that people broke through these windows and actually started looting. Now, we know that there are still groups of protesters downtown here, and we just heard moments ago from the city of Houston, they've actually shut off traffic to downtown in order to try to keep folks safe. This whole situation is exactly what Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner was trying to avoid. Earlier today during a news conference, he called for calm during these protests. I'm Chris Costa, live in downtown Houston with breaking news. We're following Houston police officers as they've walked down to the intersection of Prairie and Fannin Streets. We've seen a large gathering of police officers wearing face shields, helmets, carrying those riot shields. And we're hearing a lot of sirens, but we don't know exactly what they're going to right now. Yeah, Rika, that's right. Those sheriff's deputies told us a few of those people, they didn't want to leave their homes and their personal belongings behind, which is understandable, even though some of them were tucked about 3/4 of a mile back in that neighborhood. Same church that 8 months ago, President Bush, his family, and thousands of others gathered to honor and celebrate the life of his late wife, Barbara. In their third consecutive Super Bowl appearance, the 2 out of 3 wins, an absolutely incredible way to win this game. We talked to defensive coach Brian Flores, whose wife is originally from Lewiston, Maine. An absolute thriller here at Gillette Stadium as the Patriots take down the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs by a final score of 43-40. Rob Gronkowski, 3 receptions for 97 yards, but that crucial catch coming during that 2-minute drill at the end of the game where Tom Brady finds him to set up a game-winning field goal by Stephen Gostkowski. That I think people had been waiting all season long for Stephon Gilmore, this guy who had been highly touted coming out of Buffalo, to really make a big play. This was his signature moment tonight. Harris County Sheriff's deputies have closed FM 1960 here in Huffman because of this high water. They say in some spots it's chest deep, and firefighters have already had to rescue at least 2 people who ignored the barricades. Pretend all of these marbles are the number of people tested in a given day. With a rate of 13.88%, that means in every 8 people tested, more than 1 is positive. If you've ever filed your taxes through the federal government, you know it's a complex process. Here's how it works. For individuals, if you make $75,000 or less, you'll get a check for $1,200. The more money you make, the less money you get from the federal government, and it phases out at $99,000 or more. For families, it's a similar concept. Remember fractions from elementary school? There's a numerator and a denominator. Positivity rate is basically one giant fraction. In the denominator is the total number of people tested. In the numerator is the number of those people that tested positive. Right now, Houston's positivity rate is almost 25%, but that data has its limitations. Think about our hospital capacity like a bathtub, representing the hospital beds and the staffing. The water from the faucet is the number of patients coming in. The drain is the number of people being treated and recovering. If our water fills up the tub faster than we can drain it out, our hospitals will be taxed. This is how Austin Cardin found his car Thursday morning. Wheels and tires gone, sitting on cinder blocks. Police say you can't completely prevent thieves from stealing your wheels, but you can slow them down.